Hey, what's up there, fellow throttle junkies? I want to give you a review of some of the latest modifications I've done to the 2024 Husqvarna FE501s. It's been a while since I made any videos, so just want to show you some of the things I've done to it. Add some protection and some lights and some bling and a few other things. We'll start with the Kirby swing arm guard. I like this. It's via magnet right here. That's how it's holding in place. So it comes with two pieces. So when you get the first piece, or you take the first piece before this is on, there's a black piece. You can see it just kind of sits right here. And what you do is you put that on via these black quick ties, and there's a metal plate. And right here is a magnet. So what you do is that metal plate, so you slide this on, and then it pops on via that magnet, and it holds. And then there's a black band that runs up underneath and comes over right here. You just pull that, and that holds that on. Anybody that's run swing arm guards in the past knows that dirt and grime will eventually work its way underneath these swing arms. So it's nice to be able to take these off without having to bust ties and clean it up so you don't scratch up your swing arms. Went with the Takomoto oil cap filler here, the P3 pipe header pipe guard, carbon fiber, nice and light, looks terrific. Went with the fork shrinks, black fork shrinks. You know that I've done that in a previous video where I put these on. If you want to, you can do any sort of hard enduro, you're going to want to go with something a little bit more. These do add some protection, but it's more for cosmetics. Went with the Kirby's fork gaiters. This helps keep dirt and grime from getting up into your fork seals. It comes on via a Velcro zipper, so you can just take those off when you do your regular fork maintenance. I went with the Takomoto turn signals, the Superflex. The stock turn signals look great, and I like them, but there's one thing that I liked about these I'll show you here in a second. The one thing is, if you get these turn signals from Takomoto, you're going to have to get their light switch. You cannot run your stock light switch on the 2024 models with the turn signals. They won't work. I already tried it. What's nice about their turn signal, their light switch, is it's narrow. It's a little bit more narrow than the stock one. It has a little bit more real estate, which is always a good thing on a enduro. And it gives the option of turning your headlight off. I always run my light on, but for whatever reason you wanted to turn it off, you could. Matter of fact, I'll keep it off so I can show you the turn signals here. All right. So as you can see on these turn signals, steady light. So it's kind of bright out here. These are LEDs, and they're pretty bright. So that just adds a little layer of protection for visibility. I like that. So you go ahead and turn turn signals on. Has the sequencing, left and right. Pretty cool. All right, the other thing I did was I added this Trail Tech Voyager Pro. Really liking this. And I put on the Moto Minded Stout mount. And the way this stout mount goes on is these two little blocks are right here. Those blocks, they're flat. They go right on top of my reflex handguards, and they give you two long bolts. Those replace the bolts that you would put down into your bars to tighten them up. And then there's a plate. You can see this plate that runs right here. Then this plate goes on top of that, and then you have these screws. And now these screws allow you the adjustability of pulling that Trail Tech forward or backwards. And then you can either put this directly, this bracket right here. I believe this is a Moto Minded bracket right here. I can't remember if it's Trail Tech or Moto Minded. I'm almost positive Moto Minded. But anyway, this keeps this Trail Tech in here, keeps it protected. And then I put this little wedge right here. So that wedge, it just screws on from underneath here, and what it does is it tilts that Trail Tech back and up and back, so if you're sitting down, you're able to read your display a little easier. Let's see. One thing about this Trail Tech is, if you're like me and you put on something like an accessory, I do not want to run it off of my hot battery. So I'll ride. I'll go get a sandwich or something like that. I'll totally forget that I have the thing on, come back, and my battery be dead. So what I did was I went to Takomoto, and they have an accessory wiring harness, and it's literally a plug and play system. I'm not great when it comes to electricity and wiring, so if I can do it, you can do it. It goes underneath your seat. It plugs into the dongle that's in place down there, and then you take that power wire that runs, and you have to run that power wire, you know, take your tank off and everything, run it back here, and you literally just plug it in and clamp it. That's it. So now when I turn my bike on, the Trail Tech can power up. When I turn it off, I don't have to worry about it draining my battery. It may run a little bit after I turn my bike off, but it's just running on its own residual battery power. It's not running off the ship's battery. All right, I put on the these OD grips. I like them, nice and cushioned. And I threw on these Enduro Engineering, I guess you call them lever wraps. They're like shrink wraps, and you just put those on there. And what's cool about those is your hands get wet or something like that, it just adds a little bit more grip. Also put on the Golden high flow fill filter right here. If you've looked at your stock fill filter, you know that thing is tiny, and it could, you know, it could possibly get clogged up fairly easy. This one is a lot larger, and you can just pop it off via a quick disconnect, open it up, clean your filter, put it back in, and clamp it back. You're good to go. Underneath here on the air filter, what I did was I put on the P3 Racing filter gasket base, or base gasket, that's it. And so you take that off. If you remember, or at least I used to do this anyway, these guys will put grease and stuff around their filters to kind of help seal it. You don't have to do that anymore. So you put that base gasket on there, and this thing just, the air filter goes right on top of that. It's a great seal. And then I also threw on the P3 Racing filter skins. Just another added protection, man. Try to keep any dirt I can out of the engine. Let's see, Tuss bags. You know, these bags are okay. I paid like 100 and some odd bucks for them. They're, you know, they're good for out here riding around, but I would not take these on anything, you know, anything really hardcore. I've already broke them. I literally had one ride, man, one ride on these things, and they already broke. The strap that comes right here comes up underneath the fender. This loop right here used to live on this plastic piece. It snapped first day out. And then I just put a quick tie on there just to hold them on there. But you know, it gets the tools off my back, throw some water bottles or whatever in there, spare battery and such. So anyway, out here enjoying this great day by myself. You know, you only got so many days, man. Time's a clicking. Get out, ride, have fun. And if you got any questions, like always, feel free to ask, and take care. We'll talk to you soon.